the Hammer, a podcast about Warhammer by Games Workshop.
Hello, Hammerheads. This is Michael. We are coming to you. Is this episode 40? I think this is episode 40.
Yeah, that sounds right.
A 4-0.
We'll call it 40.
Yeah.
I don't have that many fingers and toes, so.
Yeah, but does it even matter anymore, realistically? But we are back. We had to miss last week. I was out of state, actually, not just out of town, on a business trip that came up all of a sudden, so we didn't have a chance to record before I left to do that. And I'm going to be out of town again this week, so we decided to throw together a quick little episode just to let you guys that just can't live without hearing our voices hear us talk for a little bit about a game we love. Unfortunately, we don't have Tila here today, and that just stopped it right there.
I was about to say,
Everybody's
everyone
turning the
just went off
podcast
right
Why did I download
there.
this crap?
Yeah, right.
But anyway, Age of the Hammer is brought to you by the South Georgia War Games Association, the SGWAs, where the best miniature players in South Georgia get their game on. We're also brought to you by Broken Brush Gaming, and that kicks it over to Wes.
Broken Brush Gaming is a local commission paint service located here in South Georgia. If you're looking to get an army painted, or if you want advice on painting your own army, you can hit me up with questions or requests to have a commission done at brokenbrushgaming@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at broken_brush.
And if you haven't gone to look at some of the pictures of his models, you need to do so. But even the pictures don't do justice. They look amazing.
Because I have a crappy camera.
Yeah, so do I. So, I failed to give you guys introductions. I'm here, of course, with Wes, who you just heard, and Seth is here as per usual.
You?
And we have a new co-host with us tonight. We have Wyatt.
Hey, how's it going?
And Wyatt has joined back into our local gaming community and is running Beast Claw.
Yes.
We'll have to see if if you can pull the same numbers as Tila as a special guest.
Right.
No, probably not.
That's going to be
It's probably going to go the other direction because I don't know if you've ever heard me talk, but
But
why nobody listens when you talk, so it's fine. It cancels out.
yeah. So nobody listens to me when I talk on the podcast either. Games and hobby. You got some models in, didn't you?
I think I'm one of the main people that downloaded and listens to the podcast because I just like to hear myself talk. So that's just me.
That sounds about right.
Tila can attest to it.
he's got weekends off
Seth, if
now.
it makes you feel any better, I download and listen to the podcast because I like to listen to you talk.
Hey,
Well, he's got weekends off now, so he's got to download it just to hear Tila when she's at work on Saturday.
That's what it is.
That's it.
But I did get a lot of depth in this week, and I have been just powering through it as much as possible, trying to put it all together before I mass spray paint it and make everybody sad. And Wes is radio shaking his head and cringing.
Good radio, Wes.
Hard cringe. Hard cringe.
But no, I've been having so much fun. I've been waiting on this for forever. I love putting minis together, except for the Hex Race. They are terrible.
And those Morn ghouls, those look disgusting.
Oh no, that was fantastic put together. Even though it was resin fine
Yeah.
cast, where
But
that is.
it's Forge World resin, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean it just once the glue set in there, it was fine. But
Yeah, it takes a while.
the Hex Race,
You didn't pin it?
nope.
Oh, it's going to break.
You wearing a mask when you file it?
You think Seth filed it?
You talking about clipping it off, right? I clipped it off. Good to go. There's a file on the table. I don't know why it's there. Probably need to
For
put it back in
that purpose.
It's used for something.
Used for something. I
Not
don't
sure
know.
what.
So how many have you gotten put together?
Oh man, so far I got 10 Hex Wraiths, a Morn Ghoul, a couple of Necromancers, a couple of Karen Wraiths,
Nice.
a unit of 10 just regular Crypt Ghouls, because I just love those models. Those are great.
So we'll be fighting actual Death Army instead of a bunch of
Rats that look like death.
Skaven that are pretending to be
that are
dead.
pretending to be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just be dead rats.
Yep. We'll roll around and talking because several of you got new models in. I don't know if you got new models in, Wes, or not. I point to him instead of saying his name, which is also good radio.
Any more rats, Wes?
No, not yet. I'm hanging out
Yeah, wait.
until GHB. We got 3 weeks, I guess, really, until GHB. And I'm just gonna hang out to see. what direction I want to go with my
Yeah.
Skaven. I'm 95% sure that's where I'm heading. But
I mean, if I were you,
if
I would.
Sylvaneth just look really good, then I'll keep going with that. That's a good thing is I've got 2 armies that are in like the jumping off point. Like I've got just enough to play some small games, and depending on what looks like it's going to be less of Fire Slayers murdering me 24/7, I'll probably play that.
Right, I can see that.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Well, because you play the Fire Slayers.
And you murder everyone
And
with
you
the fire.
murder everyone with the Fire Slayers.
That's just because I'm such a great player.
I mean, that is factually correct. Like, Mike can talk about not being
I'm
good
not that-
strategist.
yeah.
He's
Not that good
amazing.
a player.
It's on top of the fire slayers that
Yeah.
make it just disgusting.
Yeah, it's like you take Mike's really good ability to play the game, and then you give him Fire Slayers. Game over.
Plus, it's a dice game, so
yeah, and
I-
Spike Mike.
I will spike some rolls with him. Not like Randy does, but I will spike some rolls.
Oh man, I really need a 6 here. Spikes the 6. Oh, look at there. Does that 34 more times for the rest of the battle. It's just statistics. No.
And then he takes his battle shock test and goes, "Oh, give me that 1." Boom, and he gets the 1
Yeah.
back. His horrors just come back.
Whatever he wants.
Yeah, he just calls it in
He
half.
just
Dice
has to ask
Whisperer.
for it. Yeah, I actually asked Randy, why are you playing Zent? She's like, well, because the fate dice are amazing. I was like, you don't need them.
I'm sure he can. No, he probably uses them for other people's dice. That's
Right.
probably what he messes with.
Actually, he just says, I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just, it's like, I'm just going to use, I'm not going to take the chance.
No, Wes, after that, what was it, Warhammer TV battle of Legions and the Gosh versus Skaven?
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't go out and just buy Thankful and Bone Ripper immediately.
I mean, because it's like $100.
Because it was amazing, though.
But no, I am going to get. Well, I want to see what the price point is. If it's $400, it's like, ugh, that's still rough.
Yeah, that's
If
your
it's-
entire ally.
If it's $350, but I'm probably going to get Thankful and Bone Ripper because Thankful's spell is pretty good, and Bone Ripper is just.
And then if you get them, you
Obnoxious.
got to get the Vermin Lord Deceiver
I will.
for the spell. Cause
Yeah, but then that's the thing is that, like, it breaks my whole army concept. Like, I want just mechanized Skaven. I don't want to be Ash. Like, I want to be Scryer.
Put some gears on them. Good to go.
You
there
know,
you go.
that doesn't help with the allegiance ability. You can't. You're not Scryer if you're. I want the warp stones, man.
We'll see what allegiance abilities they have in.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. So we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And do we have a pre-order date yet?
Yeah, a week from yesterday
That's what I thought. I thought
The
it was
16th
coming.
is when it goes on pre-release order, and that's
I'm going to be at Origins. That's just horrible. I'm
Yeah.
going to be
Oh,
at Origins.
gonna be-
God,
I know,
it's
right?
so terrible
Yeah.
of you.
so that's what that's what you should do, Mike. Is you should record a video podcast while you're at Origins of stuff to throw up for the people,
There you
for
go.
the hammerheads, because that's gonna be cool.
And I'll,
That would be
I'll
cool.
do a video podcast of sitting at home doing nothing because I'm not going to Origins.
I know,
So,
right?
You know.
We'll just all sit here and
Yeah,
cry
but
all week.
Yeah.
I'm playing role-playing games all week up at Origins. I don't think our listeners want to watch a video podcast of me playing.
I guarantee you
role-playing
there'll be
games.
plenty of Warhammer going on at Origins. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, there will be. But
You just gotta pop
I'm-
in.
You didn't sign up for any AOS? You're not taking any
didn't-
models?
No. I'm not
Oh,
taking any
wow.
models. I did. I don't want to take my models on a plane.
Oh, you're flying.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't either. Screw that.
Yeah. So, just I'm
You could
not
ship
gonna
them
do
to
it.
where you're going.
Yeah.
Might be worse.
If we were driving, I
Yeah.
probably would have told Tiffany and Jared, okay, you guys get this day, do what y'all want. I'm playing in whatever AOS tournament that happens to be going
Yeah,
on. that
I was
day.
looking at some of the stuff for Crucible, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Oh, you guys got to go to Crucible
Oh,
this year, man.
They have
Yeah.
that.
That
They
was
have
so
that
fun.
narrative Warhammer.
We had so
tournament.
much.
Like,
yeah,
all we-
narrative was Friday night.
Yeah, we missed some narrative
and then
last
the
year.
grand, the
GT was
the
Saturday.
GT was Saturday.
And we played in the team
and we
tournament
played in the
last
team
year.
tournament on
Nice.
Sunday,
Dude, it was fun.
which was so much fun.
And we took Korn Nurgle for that, and we just thought we were going to get eradicated. We finished third in the
Wow.
team tournament.
But I mean, here's the thing: our painting scores pulled us into third
That's true.
because a team that stomped us ended up fourth.
Wow.
So, but half of their army was Great Plastic.
Yeah.
So they got like no points for painting, and especially with his customizing models,
Yeah,
that we got all the points we could get for painting.
that's awesome.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember which.
Wes pulled us through.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. Oh, it was my Mighty Lord of Korn custom with
Yeah.
the anatomically correct flesh hounds.
Yeah.
It's the details.
Yeah, you gotta have the detail.
And what is it they say? The dongers and the details? Is that
Right, yeah, something like that. Something like that. PG-13, man, family friendly, anatomically correct.
So Wyatt, you got some models.
But wait, on
Oh,
tournaments,
sorry.
we still have Beer Fest coming up, right?
That's
when is
December.
that?
That's in December.
That's in
Yeah.
December.
Yeah, I can't wait for that either. For some reason I was thinking July, but then maybe I'm mixing that up with Cabin
Cabin Con.
So
Yeah, Cabin Con.
that's gonna be fun. I'm making sure I got my days off in.
We're gonna have to have like a equipment truck to go to Cabin Con if we're taking everyone's armies. Take enough terrain to,
Yeah.
terrain,
and probably take an 8x4 and some sawhorses so we can set up an AOS table.
and we're gonna have to take some camera equipment because we're gonna have to record some of them.
Oh yeah,
play some
definitely.
games.
We'll definitely
so.
take the
You think-
equipment.
Well, I can load up these cameras pretty easily, and those actually do pretty well. You set them on either side of the table, and then you have one just over a dice,
Yeah.
dice tray, so you
We can
can
just
roll the dice. in
convoy up there. Everybody's driving a car full of equipment.
Yeah.
Rubber ducky, let's go.
Right.
I'll have some CB radios.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Wyatt, you got some new models. You got
I
a
did.
lot of new models.
I did, yes. And though I did not need them all, I really wanted them all. Got them from Bartertown. Dude was, I guess, just cleaning out his garage or had them and didn't want to play them anymore, I guess. I don't know. But it got Frostlord on Stonehorn, another one. I think that's my third one now. Don't need that many, but I have them. So Frostlord on Stonehorn. I believe a Beast Rider hasn't been completely built yet, so probably going to go Thunder Tusk on it or try to magnetize the heads. 3 Yetis, 4 Frost Sabers, an Icebrow Hunter, and 8 Mournfangs. 4 with the great weapons and 4 with the fists. So now that puts me up to, with the ones Tila has that she's still building for me, that puts me up to 14 Mournfangs.
Those
That is
fists are fun.
that's terrifying.
Yeah. So you don't need that many models, but the cool thing is in the new edition, they've got basically AOS apocalypse rules. I don't remember exactly what they call them, but so where you just load the table up with everything that you own and play massive regiment games. So you'll be able to put them down for that.
Well, yeah. And plus, point reduction, so I'm really looking forward to
30,000
that.
games.
Right. Yeah. You'll probably be able to bring all of that with the point reduction now.
Oh, you will.
3
that's very
Stonehorns,
true.
a few Thunder Tusks.
Oh, yeah.
14 more.
So that puts me. I already have the Frost Lord
God,
with
as
the
cheap as
magnetized
skeletons are, I couldn't imagine, they only get 600 skeletons to put them on the board. Okay. That works out.
5 units of 60 zombies.
Yeah, I was making lists, just
You could do
playing
that
around.
in a 2,000 point game.
In a
to be
2,000
fair.
point game, I had almost 200 skeletons, and I was like,
It's ridiculous.
why? This is my army, and why?
Just so they can die and be brought back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just so they never disappear off the table. That's why.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
I've been seeing a lot of, just watching the tournaments and stuff, and people are bringing units of 10 just to hold objectives, and it's like, oh, they got wiped out. It's a unit of 10. Let me just command ability over here and bring them back. In the new edition, anyway. Of course, they couldn't do that now, because
No.
no one's going to hold points
That's
back.
because, is it your general that gets that command ability that's the Legion-specific command ability?
Right.
Okay.
So you kill the general.
Right. 'Cause
Yeah, but then you
always
automatically
try to do.
select a new general and then generate a command ability for that general,
Oh, yeah,
which would be
that's
that
right.
one.
So you
In the
have
new-
to kill all the heroes.
In the new edition, yeah, you have to kill all the heroes, which is what you do with death anyway, and then, mindless skeletons.
That's the one thing you don't have to rely on heroes for mine, but it's also not spellcast. It's just fear everything.
Yeah, you just run across.
I mean, that's what you do. What's the scenario? I don't care. I'm playing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Beast
I'm
The
trying to
only
fight
only
off
thing
the
you have to be
table.
careful with are the Thunder Tusks, and then it's just
Yeah, you
you
just
keep,
hold them
those
back
are the
and
only things you hold
snowball
back.
everything.
Well, you're charging turn 1.
Yeah.
So,
Unless you get the long board.
yeah,
Sometimes
but
that'll
usually with the
prevent-
longboard, you're lining up near the center anyway
Yeah.
with most of the battle plans, so you might not quite be charging, but you're probably coming close.
You get that scenario where it's like a giant triangle in the middle, meets in the middle, looks like an hourglass on
Oh, right.
Yeah.
on the thing. So, and you can start at the middle. That would be disgusting. It'd be great though. I would enjoy that one very much.
Yeah,
With my 4 inches of movement. With
I have
everything.
been first turn charged by the Beast Claw many times.
I thought that was just their allegiance ability for a long time,
They
Just because
just get to charge first turn. Yeah.
Because I played Ryan, and I would set up, and then he would immediately just put his models in front of mine. I'm like,
I have set up like 6 inches from my table edge, so another whole 6 inches to the edge of my deployment still got charged first turn.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god.
Well, that was under the old destruction rules too, where like everything got to move 6
Yeah,
inches.
it was.
Instead of have the heroes have to roll for it now.
Well, and then he would run the Stonehorns because if they're within 12 inches, they have to charge anyway. So.
Yeah.
That's when you hope for the Everwinter blessing to get everything to move another 3 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
yeah, I don't know which is worse, them or the Iron Jaws Allegiance, where they can just do movement shenanigans like you've never seen before. Like,
Well, Iron Jaws
yeah.
basically have the old destruction rule now.
Well, they also have like battle battalions. Yeah, battalions.
Yeah, they're battalions. Let them do
Yeah.
some
Oh, let me
craziness.
get my Pig Riders a 15-inch move before the game even starts, and then everyone else is just going to move up because why not?
Yeah.
And then in on you before you can blink.
And then your Fire Slayers, you just kill them anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true. Just go ahead, charge me so I can kill you.
Yeah.
Make it less tired on my guys.
Yeah, right.
We don't have to run.
We don't have to run.
I'm just gonna stand here.
Don't you
coming
have
at
to
you.
move?
We got short legs. Get over here.
Stunties.
Yeah, games. We did have several games.
I
Not this weekend, but last weekend we had several games.
I've played quite a few games.
don't think I played any last week.
That's right. You couldn't make it.
Well, last weekend it was you and Tila and me and Seth.
Yep.
And then I live with my gaming partner, so we've thrown down on the table a couple of
Why
times.
don't you
playing
talk
minis.
about a couple of y'all's games, yours and Tila's?
They were interesting. We played one. Just we've been staying under 1,000 points, and the first one we've been mixing kind of AOS 2 rules with regular rules, like the ones that we know we're adding in
Kind of playing with some of the rules
just
get
to
a
see
feel
how
for
they
them.
are. And
I had thought about doing that with
they're-
a couple of games, but
they've worked out really well. The tie thing especially, because I think we tied at one point and then she got to go again instead of getting the double turn. I didn't think it was going to happen that much, but apparently it does. I won the first game because a unit of 30 Graveguard continually comes back under the new rules. Just nonstop. She couldn't kill it, so
That's ridiculous.
yeah, it was pretty gross. Then she brought Marathi in the next game, and I couldn't kill her. She transformed, and that's 12 wounds, 3 per turn max. I put a Morngul and 2 Karen Wraiths. One of them was my general in there, and he can double pile in on a 5+ at the end of combat. That doesn't matter when you've dealt 3 wounds. Then she just turns around and kills you.
it kills you. Yep.
So yeah,
Speaking of Marathi, I do have one cool hobby point.
Okay.
I've got a Marathi commission now, so I'm going to get to paint a Marathi. That's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's for
that's
the same guy I'm
I
doing
was
my jobs for.
excited about that for you.
I know,
when you
right?
told me.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, that's so
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I get to paint Marathi.
I can't wait till I see it. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Well, we figured out your Marathi predicament. Who is that you took against
Oh,
me?
White King with Black
Oh,
Axe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I dealt 1 wound, and then on a 6, she's dead. But I'm not sure what the new rule is versus the old rule. Because for some reason my Zir is not updating
Right.
properly.
I just don't. I don't know why you don't handle her the same way I handled her. Shoot her to death.
You don't know why Death didn't handle her the same way? I don't know either. Let me get her in range of
There's-
spells. 36
There's
inches.
3 wounds on you. Okay, next round there's 3 more.
Oh wait, I should have tunneled up behind her. Wait, I can't do that either.
If you weren't sure of the release date, when you open your AOS app, it has
It tells you
Soul
boom.
Wars
Yeah.
pre-order June 16th.
There you go.
It was really cool when I saw that.
I just saw it.
So your app's not updating?
Yeah, his app does something weird.
Yeah, some of my Death models are the old War Scrolls versus the Death Book, which are the new War Scrolls.
Try uninstalling it, install it, and then
Excuse me.
restore
Oh yeah, I
purchases.
could do that too.
That will do it.
Which is how Wes in
I've
that
had to
one
do that
game
before when
got
mine wasn't
decimated by
updated.
a Coven Throne that had a lot more abilities than, than it
Yeah,
does
oh my
now.
god, I got wrecked by that thing.
It can do what? Yeah, all those things.
Yeah, someone was doing all that. I was like, why would someone not take this model? It's awesome.
Because it probably used to cost a lot more points than it does now. Because
Probably
it doesn't do what it does anymore.
It doesn't do what it does.
It doesn't do what it did.
It still does what it does.
It do what it what it did.
Pretty sure that my app is up to date, and it's on a 6+. That model is slain.
Wow. Very nice.
That's stupid.
16.7% of the time.
I did it twice to Wyatt in the game.
16.6666.
He had a
Repeating
hero.
it
I dealt
for
1 wound, rolled a 6, killed it. Did the same thing to a Morn Fang. Did 1 wound, rolled a 6, killed it. Like, yeah, that's pretty gross.
6
Yeah,
wound
for
Horn Fang and a 7
120
wound
point model.
Ice Brow Hunter.
Not to mention, I mean, they got half wounds and everything, so.
The abilities that just have slay are very good if you're the guy playing with them.
Sure.
If you're the guy playing against them, they are scary.
Right.
Because that roll gets spiked against the wrong model in your army and you're just crippled.
Well, the thing is, I didn't know about that until that 6 was rolled. He was like, okay, there's 1 wound on the Ice Brow. Oh, that's a 6. He just like kind of looked up at me. He was
I
like,
pulled
he's dead.
a spike mic because I was like, oh, this is never going to happen, but let me just roll anyway. And rolled a 6. And
That is fair, yeah. With Seth rolling it shouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
with Seth rolling,
Should
you
never.
got
Much
it
less
twice
than
in one
16%
game, you'll
of the
never
time.
get it again.
Yeah.
This is not Warhammer, but I did just play some Infinity. And if you've never played Infinity, you want to roll low 90% of the time.
Right.
Fantastic game for me. It's not just that I roll low, it's that I roll the opposite
You
of
just roll
wherever
bad.
I want to. Yes. I rolled so many 20s in that game just a minute ago. Terrible.
Well, you just need to get the guys that are buffed up above 20 so that you crit on anything from like 16 to 20.
Right. Yeah. I'm playing it all
See,
wrong.
these rules already sound stupid. Let's not talk about that. Let's leave that situation to another podcast that has to do.
Don't get involved in Infinity unless you already are. Stay with Age of Sigmar. It's amazing.
Infinity is an extremely crunchy rule set.
Yes, it is.
Very crunchy rule set. And I've said it before, I have reached the point in my life where I don't want to spend the amount of time I would have to spend to master that kind of set of rules. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to spend that kind of time on one game.
Nope. No, the guy I was playing said, "Oh, I read the rules last night," and I'm thinking, Age of Sigmar. I read the rules 3 minutes ago, and it took me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They're not that hard.
Well,
They're going to be a little more involved, I think.
Maybe now with AOS 2 coming out.
It's like you've got Age of Sigmar and you've got cover. Cover does this.
Right.
Okay, you've got running does this. Well, you've got Infinity. You've got camouflage. Well, here's type
5
1
different kinds.
camouflage. Here's type 2 camouflage. Here's type 3 camouflage.
Yep.
It wouldn't be quite so bad if they actually listed them on the information for the models as like camouflage 1, camouflage 2, camouflage 3.
No, they have different
But
names.
they have different names,
Yeah.
but they're all camouflage, but different tiers.
And there's 2 that are called Tio Camo. There's 2 different
Yeah.
kinds of Tio
One guy
Camo.
said
Go away.
that, his model had mimetism, and I was like, so he's having a seizure? And he said, no.
No.
Oh, my
I mean,
bad.
a little bit, sort of. But yeah, so, I mean, there's not been a whole lot of new talk about 2nd edition since the last time we recorded. But there have been a couple of cool new things.
It was like official
Yes.
talk. I mean, because we've been talking nonstop about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. No new previews. But one new thing that they did show is they talked about the new rule book, which, if you play 40K, very similar looking thing. And I'm super excited for it because I love the new 40K rule book. It's
Yeah, I
great.
do too.
About 2/3 of the book are story and lore and art before you even get to the rules or anything. So that's kind of what this book looks like it's going to be too, which I'm
okay
excited
with
for
that.
because they said they've gone through and they're going to flesh out even more a lot of the lore that kind of led to where we're at now, which that'll be a good read.
Well, yeah, and it picks up with the War of Souls.
Yep.
Right, which is the big...
So,
And I can't wait till that actual book comes out.
I
'cause
think it
want to buy
releases
that
at the
one.
same time.
Yeah. I want to get that.
Yeah, that'll probably be a good read.
and I know we never actually kicked off our Path to Glory, but I think when this releases, that's going to be the time we need to kick that off.
Oh, man, if we're
Either
gonna-
do it as Path
Good-
to Glory or just do some kind of an escalation.
Escalation, yeah, because that's going to be a good time to get additional people into the game.
Yeah, get new people playing for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I think one of the neat things that they talked about in the new book. So, do you remember when they came out with the open war cards?
Yeah.
So apparently they've rolled that into the new rule book, So you can create open play battle plans just by rolling some dice. You don't have to draw out the cards. And it's got all these different options for what the objective is, what the setup is, similar to how the open war cards are. But that's all just baked into the new rule book, which
that's pretty cool.
I think
That's
is
awesome.
super cool.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, all right, well, what battle plan are we going to play? And if you play a lot, like, I've played every single battle plan that's available. And
I have not played every single.
well, no, I
battle
mean, I know we
plan
haven't.
available.
Well,
There are so many freaking battle plans.
like just the ones from GHB, for instance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
it would
it's
be
like every book has, 3 or 4?
yeah. I mean, it would be easy to get through all the GHB ones within 6 months if you played regularly.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if you played
Yeah, easy.
several games a week, you could get through them pretty quick. But I mean, I think that'll be cool to just randomize because I played several of the open war games in 40K where you just draw from the deck for how the what the mission is going to be, and those are super fun because you can't prepare for it. You have to have built an army that is kind of just all around good. You can't just build. All right, this is
A
my
chariot
army.
army?
Yeah, you may get some weird thing that like, oh, you can move really fast. Doesn't matter. I'm already in your face because we start 3 inches away from each other. Those are the deployment zones.
That's awesome.
I just took away your shtick, And so, I mean, I think it's...
Well, except if they move really fast, they're probably okay with that because they're probably wanting to get.
Yeah, they want to get
face,
there
so-
anyway, but it's I think that'll be
Didn't they
really
already
fun.
have, like wrench cards that you just like pull out and it would be some weird thing like
Yeah,
we
that
have
was
the
the
scenario, but then we also have this.
Yeah, that was the open war deck that had the twist card. It had like the setup, the objective, the deployment, the twist, and then there was one other type of card in the deck that you added.
Yeah, I like the twist cards.
Yeah, it gave you different things like, oh, if you've got the smaller army, you get this benefit or stuff like that. Not models
Maybe
wise.
some points.
Oh,
No, Beast Claw back before they had match play points.
Oh my gosh, they were so stupid.
Oh,
When people started, well, do model count. I was like, no.
because Ryan always got some sort of like kill.
Do wound count. I was like, look, I hate to break it to you, but 20 grots is not anything to stand up against one Stonehorn, and the Stonehorn is not even 20 wounds.
Yeah, I still have more, and I'm still weaker.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah, every time I played against Ryan, all right, I have less models and less wounds, so I get this kill scenario. I have to kill your general. All right, I'm going to move, run, charge, shoot. All right, he's dead. Turn 1. All right, that was a good game. Let's reset up.
GG.
Yeah. Always a pleasure. I'll see you next week. Nothing against Ryan. He's just playing the game.
I mean, it was
is.
how it was set up
Yeah.
at that time. That was how it was played, and thankfully, the error of that way was seen
Yeah.
and remedied.
Well, I think it's one of those things too, that you can easily in your local meta be like, all right, we're not going to do that.
Well, and we ended up.
Yeah, I think we changed it.
In fact, Ryan was the one that suggested it. He was like, no, we're not going to do that because it's just not fun.
Well, he also never got to play a game either. I mean, he'd do one turn and then that'd be
that
it.
was it. Yeah. So, which speaks volumes to. I mean, Ryan's cool. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he's a good guy and he's a good opponent.
Which I hope he listens to this, because shout out Ryan's Employee of the Month where he's at right now.
Oh, awesome! I
Yep,
didn't
saw
know
that the other day.
Yeah. I'm not
Congratulations.
No,
I'm not being
Congratulations, Ryan. Yeah, I've tried to link up with him a couple of times to get him on the podcast.
It's the first episode that I recorded. He was here.
Yeah. And I was going to say some listeners that have been listeners for a while will remember Ryan because he was in the original times when we were recording the podcast, way back when Brian was on it also.
Yeah.
But Preacher Brian and Ryan, good guys, but both of them are very busy. What else we got? You need to talk about yours and Seth's game.
oh yeah. So Seth and I just played a kill game. We were doing the same thing, right at 1,000 points. We were doing it at the same time on the same table, across the table from Mike and Tila.
Yeah, we basically split my 8-foot table in half and played two games on 4x4s, basically.
And I just ran a dumb zombie list. I think I had 2 units of 30 zombies and a corpse cart and 2 necromancers, because why not?
And
It was hilarious.
whatever 2 things.
And the White King.
And whatever those 2 things you summoned up were. You summoned up on my
Oh
Thundertusk.
yeah. Put some more gas in the graveyard. That did absolutely nothing.
And I pretty much ran. It was a Thundertusk, an Icebrow Hunter, and 3 units of 2 Mournfangs.
And they just chewed and chewed and chewed through zombie after zombie until finally I couldn't bring back zombies. And then he just won. He got close enough finally to snowball all of my heroes to death. Which is all you have to do. Once the heroes are dead, zombies ain't nothing.
Yeah, I learned mid-game because I didn't know. I killed 1 unit of zombies. And he was like, okay, I brought him back over here. And he was like, that's my command ability. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking that's what, like, I heard that was my artifact, and that like once a game,
Nope.
and then I wiped out the next one. He's like, "Okay, they're back too."
They're
It's like,
back.
Oh, the rest of us have artifacts that work like the entire game.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't say much though, because I charged a unit of Morghast, which being Legions of the Gash, they get 6 attacks apiece into a Thundertusk. And of course my dice were my dice. But I think I dealt 6 wounds to it, and then the next turn he was like, alright, this artifact is D3 heal, this is like another D3, and then let's just top it off because I want to.
Yeah.
And
well, you
it
did.
was like full
It
life.
did. No, you did 4. Well, so you did 4 wounds because it dropped me that tier.
Right.
And then I wasn't worried because I have the artifact. It's the pelt of something. It's on a. It automatically heals 1. On a 4-up, it heals D3. And then just the Mournfang or the Thundertusk. Excuse me. The Thundertusk being having the Huskard Rider can harness the magic of the Everwinter, and on a 4-up, it heals D3 wounds to any unit within 18 inches. Can target himself. So it's just heal. Okay, I'm not because I think the first one healed 3,
Yeah.
and then the pelt would just heal that one regardless.
But even with that happening, though, he did pop the 1 on the roll for the snowball
He
twice.
did at the very end.
Wow, really?
Twice in a row.
Man.
Twice in a row.
You know, I really hope that when the new edition launches, that they'll change that war scroll by just a smidge and actually make it a 2+ to hit on the line, so that it can be affected by
By
the
Lookout Sir.
No, if I'm
Well,
reading
it said in the new Beastclaw Raider faction focus that with the Thundertusk still being a 2-up to hit or 2-up, Lookout Sir has no effect. It says that in the Beastclaw Raider faction.
Oh, well,
focus.
then that's stupid.
Yeah, in the faction focus, it was like, don't worry, enemy heroes will still have to be afraid of the Thundertusk, even with Lookout Sir, because
Yeah.
it will still be a 2+.
I did not read all of the Beastclaw the Beastclaw.
Yeah.
I did
faction
because somebody was
focus.
bugging me like for a solid week while we were at work.
Oh my god! Every day.
Every day. Who is it today? Who is it today? It's not the Beast Claws. It's not the Beast Claws.
And then I'd go and pout for a day and come
And
back
then-
tomorrow. And then,
Finally, they came out and I read it and I was like, well, this is stupid.
This is just dumb.
well, that's
Oh, they got
I mean,
a point
so
reduction? Okay, more snowballs? Okay.
not more snowballs, just unaffected
That's
snowballs.
why I'm just gonna drop a Rune Smiter and 20 Art
You're
Guard.
Fire Slayers. You ignored on 4-up anyway. You're not
Not
involved
all-
in this
My heroes
conversation.
don't. My heroes do not.
Depends on the hero.
No, my heroes don't.
That's true.
And if my heroes
Except
go, I
the
lose
Grim
that
Ram.
on half of my army. So,
Half your army, your battle line still does it.
okay, every single one of the 3 possible unit choices I have can be battle line depending on who I take as general.
All I do is just give my crap about Fire Slayers, so
Yeah.
I'll do that every week.
Their limited number of choices make them OP as all get.
Yeah.
To be honest,
And they're undercosted.
I deserve crap about the Fire Slayers. To be honest. Now,
Well-
when I started playing them, they weren't
Oh,
quite so
yeah, they
bad
were not nearly
because
as
they
good.
were overcosted when
Yeah.
they first released.
I mean, I love the idea of them. If they weren't dwarves, I'd so be into some Fire Slayers, but I know they wouldn't
Yeah.
be Fire Slayers anymore, but I just don't like dwarves.
They're not really
No.
true dwarfs though. They're so much bigger.
Yeah, but they're stunty.
They're just 32 millimeter. That's all. They're 32 millimeter doors. They're doors compared to the rest of AOS.
They're Marvel Thor dwarfs apparently.
Right.
Because they're big.
But no, I mean, that's the reason when I was thinking about it, when I was like debating on what I was going to go with, I really had thought about Carriage and Overlords. And I was like, Like I'm like Seth. Mike loves dwarves. I'm the opposite.
Oh man, yes.
love
I
it.
saw a steampunk army come out, and I was like, all in dwarves. Out.
Done.
Yeah, I was like cool.
Sorry.
I was like flying boats and they're dwarves.
Yep. Same exact
That's
reaction.
exactly Like if they had been elves. Oh, yeah, I'd have been all over it.
That'd have been in that.
Yeah.
Anything but
No.
dwarfs.
Yeah.
See, and I'm like the total opposite.
They could have been gnomes, and I would have considered it.
Oh, you'd have played it if they were gnomes.
I
Let's
would
be
have
fair.
100% played it if
You
they were
would have
gnomes.
totally played it.
Oh, that's what I want to see for Clan Scryer in the
Gnomes?
next
Gnomes?
edition. No.
Oh.
I want Clan Scryer airboats. Yes.
I can only imagine how those things would work.
Oh, they'd be horrible.
Anytime you move them, you have to roll a die. If you roll
No,
one,
yeah,
it takes a
everything's
wound.
considered
If
deadly
you roll a one,
terrain.
the anchor gets caught in the ground and it crashes.
You have deadly terrain on your whole army? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Every time I do anything, roll a one.
Roll a one. It died.
Well, no, I mean, it would have to be something that if you rolled a 1, it would almost kill it. Because there's so much stuff in this game in Army that if you roll a 1, it has the chance to kill it. Like, when you roll a 1 with your Warstone Spark, it's D6 mortal wounds.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing would be, all right, roll a dice. Okay, you rolled a 1. All right, it's starting to crash. Now roll another dice. All right,
Yeah.
you rolled a 6. It smashes and instantly slays whatever it landed on.
Right.
That'd be perfect. That'd be rats right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Everything is dead, including what you hit.
Including what you hit. Yeah.
Like the old,
You measure its movement. If you can hit an enemy unit, you
Yeah.
can do this many
what
wounds.
used to have, oh, it was 40K that used to have crash mechanics. I don't know if they still do. 40K used to have like wreck markers
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, well, they're like, it's just like explosion stuff now.
Yeah.
But it's what it's supposed to simulate. But yeah, oh yeah, an old 40K, yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have tanks blow up and
Yeah.
planes crash.
I can see Clan Scryer just being nothing but explosions like that.
Just do similar
Just rocket
rules
bombs.
to
Yeah.
the
Kamikaze.
L Guzzler. Similar rules to the L Guzzler.
Oh, yeah,
You
falls
know,
over,
yeah,
yeah.
falls over.
Yeah.
He just fell over drunk and he stood back up.
I just want Skaven to have their own. I want a 5th Grand Alliance. Just
Just
called
Skaven.
Skaven. We're our own Grand Alliance.
Works for me.
I mean,
Sounds
really,
appropriate,
though,
honestly.
they pretty much are
I mean, now that we found Slanesh, there's no need for the Great Horn Rat to be the new Chaos God. So
Well, I mean, except Slanesh, the god's not back yet.
he'll be back soon enough.
Well, I think so too.
I mean, I'll go ahead and say it right now. First battle tome of AOS 2 hosts of Slanesh.
I think you're right.
I'm going with Christmas release.
You know what? I'm gonna say the second one, not the first.
You think they'll do another Stormcast book first?
Yes.
That'd be horrible.
All the Stormcast stuff is already in the clearance bin. Well, all the books are already in the clearance bin on Games Workshop website.
That doesn't mean they're any cheaper.
No.
No,
I'm just saying.
it means they're releasing another one.
Yeah. It just means that one's old. Here, come buy the new one.
Come buy the new one.
Yeah, no, Christmas release for Stormcast, 100%. That's mine. Not Stormcast, what did I say? Slanesh.
No, host Slanesh.
No.
Host
They
Slanesh.
they won't do a new release. The
soon.
Christmas releases are packaged buys of stuff that's already out.
Yeah.
They don't do new
Around
stuff
that time, Christmas.
Yeah, the last battle tomes that come out, or codexes usually come out in October, early November.
Yeah. I'm gonna predict first of next year.
For Slanesh?
Slanesh.
Oh, no.
No, that's when rats are coming out
quicker
first
than
of
that.
next year.
Nah, rats aren't ever coming out.
Rats coming out first next year. Slanesh is going to be
I'm
before
have to
that.
play old busted up.
I'm calling it
Rats.
now. You guys can come back and listen to this podcast, episode 4.
Hey, you know what? I would love nothing more than for you to be right. For me to get like a January, Ratmas.
Yeah.
But if I
Very
get,
Ratmus.
if I get a January Ratmas, I'd be
I feel
super
like that's
happy.
very Grinchy. You just come down the chimney and steal all the presents and then slay the family and leave.
Just leave warpstone everywhere.
Yeah. Instead of coal, you just get
Yeah.
warpstone.
Hey, you get a stocking full of warpstone. Congratulations.
If you can handle it, it's fun.
Yeah. Otherwise,
not-
sorry.
Wyatt, did you want to talk about one of our 2 games?
I mean, I don't, but
Okay.
it probably needs to.
Wait, who did you play?
I played Mike when I
And
made
what did Mike play?
And what did Mike play?
Fire
Fire
Slayer.
Oh, so you lost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't
Well,
know
no. This was totally self-inflicted.
wrap
The
it up.
second game was.
Yeah. The first game he just wrecked my face. but-
Oh, wait, is this the dual Grimwrath Berserkers game?
Yes.
Well, yes, but it was still me running a Huskard on Thunder Tusk into them instead
Oh
of.
yeah, that was.
He had the game
mistake.
won. He had snowballed my units off the table. I was down to I had 2 Grimwrath Berserkers left in my Rune Sun. 1 Grimwrath Berserker had 4 out of 6 wounds on him.
No, he was almost dead.
Four out of 6 wounds on him. The other one had like 2 wounds, and I think my Rune Sun was on his last wound. And he charges his Thunder Tusk into my Rune Sun and my 2 Grimwrath Berserkers.
yeah. No, total lesson
They're
learned.
dwarfs. They have little legs.
Yeah, he made the charge and was getting ready to roll his attacks. He's like, that was probably a mistake, and I just looked at him and said, it was.
Definitely.
Doesn't matter what you do now, they're going to kill you.
I mean, I still had the Huskard. I don't think the Huskard was touched. I don't think I had a wound on it.
No wounds on him.
And then I had the Icebrow that had 3 or 4 wounds on him, but he still had a few wounds left to give, and it just didn't matter.
Yeah, just back up and keep snowballing.
He charged with the Thunder Tusk, and I think he got like 1 wound through. And then my 1 Grimwrath Berserker attacked, got 10 wounds,
Jeez.
piled in and attacked again,
And
and dead. Thunder
Yep.
Tusk.
Yeah, that's just gross.
So that was the end of that game.
Yeah.
Because he went first on that battle round, and then I just charged his hunter on mine and took him down. Because we were just playing kill. The first game, you ran the Stonehorn.
I ran
Just the
the Frost Lord on Stonehorn instead of because with the
We're just doing PDG.
with the PTG I get Frost Lord on Stonehorn and that's it, nothing else. So I was like,
And
okay,
there
let's see.
was just no way one model was going to hold because move up 8 inches, let him charge into my guys that are resistant. He killed a few of them. They're sitting there holding him there, and then extend the range of my throwing axe as everybody throws at him, get a few wounds on him, then everything charges him, and he dies. And that one was fast.
That was a real quick game.
Yeah, but that's a single model against multiple units, and everything in the Fireslayer army has at least short range shooting, so it's wounds on it before.
That's another rule that came out since the last time we recorded. Speaking of short range shooting for Fire Slayers, that now is going to make them even better. It's not each individual model when you're measuring distances.
Yes, that's right.
Units,
Unless they specify something in shooting, because they were talking about measuring of distance
between
with the rule. But there might be a rule in shooting that takes care of that.
I doubt it.
Well, I'm not saying there is.
It could be if they
we don't have
separate
the full
it.
rule set.
Because it is just units are within range of each other if the closest 2 are.
Right.
That could be totally separate from shooting.
Yeah.
Which does make it, I'm going to just tell you right now, it makes it totally stupid with my unit of 30 Volkite Berserkers. Because I move up, I get the front model within 8 inches of your unit. Now, my entire unit is considered to be within 8 inches of your entire unit.
The guy that's in the very back of your unit
that's
that's 25 inches away.
can throw his throwing axe at you. Because my entire unit is considered to be within 8 inches.
The guy-
He's just hailing
The
that
guy in the
boy.
back has
Whoosh.
been getting gains.
That actually, I don't know if you guys watched the grand tournament on Warhammer TV this morning, but it was Table 1, Maggotkin versus Change Host, Disciples of Zinch.
That's not all that too odd.
No, the game was over on turn 1 because Zinch is gross,
Yes.
especially the Change Host. They can
Zinch is gross.
switch. For those that don't know, the Change Host Battalion lets you switch models in your hero phase and put them in a different location.
Yep.
And essentially, he took a unit of Pink Horrors and put them halfway across the table, lining them up like 1 by 1 as long as he was in range, and he just put them all the way out across the table. It was dumb as it was. Adding shooting to where even the one at the very back that you lined in with that is even dumber.
It's even dumber. Yeah.
Like, that's...
So were they playing 2nd edition rules?
No.
No.
No, they were playing 1. I mean, he won without the shooting.
Right.
And, the Maggotkin
Well,
guy
Zinch
had
usually
my
wins
dice.
without the shooting because, Zinch has a good bit of shooting, but it's not great shooting.
Well,
Pinks aren't bad.
It's not bad, but the spells are where they're at.
Yeah. I still think Pinks are what, 4 up, -1?
I can't even remember.
Are they -1? I thought they were 4 up, never end.
I think they have. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't
I
play
think the
them.
Pinks or the Blues have some kind of red on them.
I think Pinks have red. I don't think Blues do. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But-
I don't play shenanigans.
I think, like I said, if the demons of Zinch weren't pink horrors and weren't amorphous blobs of nonsense, I would play Zinch in a heartbeat. Like if they were all very much avian, like the Lord of Change.
Oh yeah,
I love the Lord of Change. I think it's one of the best models that GW makes. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful model.
Yeah, it really is.
It's fun to paint too.
Also, with that measuring in distance, officially, you measure base to base.
Yep.
Finally, they went to officially for that.
I don't know who's been not playing it that way.
I don't know anybody that's
Which
not.
I didn't realize that
anyway.
wasn't a thing already. Which is why when I read the FAQ where a 1-inch melee model can't hit a flying model if it's more than 2 inches or more than an inch off the ground, I was like, that's stupid. It's base to base anyway.
Which is okay with me, especially if the flying model only has a 1-inch reach, also because it can't attack anything.
Yeah, nobody's attacking anybody.
Yeah. No,
you want to play it that way? Okay.
That was the argument that Archon's dragons' heads could never attack anything because they all only have 1-inch melee range.
That's ridiculous.
And it's like, this tall.
Yeah, it's a huge, beautiful model.
But also along with that, if you base someone when you pile in,
They can still move.
they can still move. They just have to end up as close as they started,
Which
not
means
closer,
they can swivel around you and just...
and circle and surround you. So my Courage and Overlords that fall back out of combat, you can lock them down easier.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
I mean, they're buffing stuff and then also not at the same time.
I'm trying to think, what other use would measuring the distance from one unit to another be affected by that new rule other than shooting? Because it's already how it is for charging, as long as that one model
As
is
long
within
as the
12
one model
inches.
gets within half an inch.
Well,
the first model
to
doesn't move.
determine if you can charge.
Right.
As long as that first model's within 12, you have the option
You
to
have
go
the
for
option to charge. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I don't know. And that probably won't change in the shooting rules. I'm just saying we haven't seen all the rules
And what
yet,
about
so
and
we
what
don't
about
know.
what about when you're measuring distance for combat? Does that make the range of combat weapons obsolete? You got a unit of 30 dudes, they can't all clump around, but you got that one guy that's in melee range. Now this unit is within a half inch of this unit. Everything is within an inch.
I think they're going to completely change.
They really have to,
no, 'cause
yeah.
they still have to.
No, I mean, honestly,
The
it could
distance that
be
they
the
can
way
reach.
that it's worked the entire time. If this closest model is within range of this closest model, the units are within range, you can charge, you can do this, whatever you want to. I think they're trying to separate it from the wholly within, which they're moving to a lot more wholly
with
within.
There is a
of
lot
the
of wholly
other
within.
rules.
Because essentially Magakin Up, you've seen a ton of wholly within.
Yeah.
And they said those are the battle tomes for AOS 2.
Yeah.
So it's probably just trying to be a distinction between they're within range
Your
and
unit
they're
doesn't
wholly
have to
within
be
range.
wholly within charge distance for the unit to charge.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So-
we're probably thinking way too hard
Yeah.
into it. It's,
Well, we probably are.
Yeah, sure.
but-
The combat rules will. I actually don't really mind it if you do that for shooting. Now, obviously, you can game it shenanigan with large units, but for combat, that really takes away a lot of strategy and thinking. If
Oh, I don't think it's going to make a difference with the reach of the weapons. I think that's still going to be.
that would
Yeah.
be
For the combat, the model is still going to have to be
as a
within reach of
death
its
player
weapon.
taking units of 40 skeletons. That would be
Yeah.
dumb.
and 60 zombies,
Yeah, that would be dumb.
I mean, because if that were the case, also when I charge you, I'm going to conga across to block you from getting somewhere else you want
yeah,
to.
and your guy that's
And
2 feet
my
away
guy
can
that's
still
2 feet
attack.
away can still attack. Yeah, no, that's. So no, I
mean, I
don't
wouldn't
suspect
put-
that at all.
I wouldn't put a bonehead oversight like that by them. we've seen some bonehead
I've
rules
seen
in
it
the
before.
past.
I mean,
So, I'm just throwing that out there. That's a possibility.
I think some of the guys they've had playtesting it though would have shown them this is not a good idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because they've had some really good sharp guys.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is
So-
play test it with TFG, and
Yeah.
that guy will find out what's broken and what's
Oh
not.
yeah.
Or with Ben Johnson,
Yeah, that's who I was going to
he'll find all the things that you broke and exploit them till the nth degree.
and say, this doesn't work too well, guys.
And be like, this is probably not a good idea.
Because that guy can think through the rules
Yeah, he's really
and
good.
build a list that is amazing within the rules. I have listened and watched him play games enough times to just be like, I am unworthy. Just let me bow down.
Pretty good.
I had one other game that I played, which was against Tila, and she brought Morathi,
But again, you played Fire Slayer, so
played
calling
Fire
it a
Slayers.
game is a very large stretch.
She made one mistake in not bubble protecting Marathi, not keeping a 9-inch, forcing me to have to deal with something else before I could deal with her. And so
She made the mistake of not knowing that Fire Slayers can burrow up straight behind
I
her
told her
entire
that
army.
I could. I told her that I could. That these guys, I said, these guys on the side aren't deploying. I can deploy them anywhere on the battlefield. They basically are burrowing up through the ground, and it's kind of like when you drop your flyers in, they have to be 9 inches away from the closest enemy model. And I even told her, I said, so you want to protect Marathi. She's not quite used to the game.
Yeah, she's still,
yet.
she's still
No,
So
God, yeah,
she
she has
corrected-
no idea what that means.
But she protected Marathi by putting her behind her unit so that in her deployment, she was protected. I could not get within 9 inches
As soon as she
of
moved
Marathi. But as soon as she moved her units up and moved Marathi up, it left the gap in the back.
Yep.
I'll be honest with Marathi. I told her, I was like, stick her in a corner, put some people in front of her, and she gets double the range of all of her spells. Just spell things to death.
Yep. And so I was able to, very quickly. She went first on round 1. I got 3 wounds on Marathi on my turn, and then on her turn. Let's see. Oh, the next turn, I got first turn. So then I kind of shot her. I went ahead and did I get the charge off them? I think the charge was round 3. Took out put some damage on some of her other units, but then round 3 I took out Marathi, and the game was pretty much over. It's just mopping up at that point.
Oh, yeah.
No, once she gets the hang of that Daughters of Cain army and handle
Oh,
that
yeah.
game, she's
Yeah.
going to be nasty.
And she's playing them better. The biggest mistake that she made was not protecting Marathi. The other thing that I pointed out to her, we had a big terrain piece that was kind of off center on our board, and I positioned my army basically because I knew I'm slower than her to try to force her to have to split to go around it to get to me. And I thought, so what you should have done is set all your guys up on the one side and just come at me from one side. And even if you have to circle around to get to me a little bit because I'm running away, you're going to get to me.
Oh, yeah.
But she did. She kind of parted around it, and I hit the 2 sides and just kind of boxed her up. And I said, pay attention to the terrain. That's part of the tactics, and use it to your advantage, and force your opponent to deal with it. I said, because that's basically what I was doing. I was forcing you to deal with the fact you're faster. I'm gonna force you to part your army so I can hit one hard, take out one flank, and then I can worry about the other one. But she's picking them up pretty quick though. And she's going to get really good with that army, and she's going to be a competitor, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I got, guys.
all
We
good.
talked a little bit about some of the new rules.
Yeah,
drops
sprinkled it in.
Sprinkled in a couple of the bits from some faction focus, like the Beast Claw. But listeners, just talking some hobby stuff and some games this week is all. And we'll be back next week after Origins. And hopefully we'll have some more hints dropped. That latest, what is it thing that they do on that looks Slanesh.
That was Slanesh as it could be.
Yeah.
It's Slanesh or Gene Sealer called one of the two.
Oh, yeah. It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, but they already dropped the Gene Stealer Cult book, so.
I'm going with Slanesh because I
I mean, that was a barbed blade with eyeballs in it.
Well, see the
Could have been
reason,
a hooked blade with jewels in it.
and the reason that
Okay.
I'm
Jewels
saying
with eyelids.
that we're looking at Slanesh like next January or so is because the last time they had one of those, it looked kind of like an anchor, but it was actually the tiller for what's his name with Nurgle.
Oh,
I lost his name.
Slimix.
Slimix. Yeah, Slimix.
Horticulus Slimux.
Yeah. It was the tiller with the snail. For
Oh,
him.
I mean, I don't
But
know.
there was one of us that said
and-
that kind of looked when it came out. There was one of us. I think it was you that said that kind of looks like a plow, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it was almost a year from the time they dropped that to when the book released.
Yeah, but it's such a wishy-washy time frame because like there's a 40K terrain piece that just came out. It's the big Eldar Webway Gate.
Yeah.
And that thing was in Rumor Engine like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
course,
still
they are-
calling Christmas.
They are popping stuff out right now. I don't, unlike I've ever seen them before with both games. So I don't know. Maybe has to do with the new CEO and just kind of ramping things up.
I think they're riding the wave of big success right now. So,
Well, and I don't blame them. That's because both games are being very successful
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
they keep riding it. I'll keep shelling out money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like we talked about before we started, the new box contents revealed and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, $160 for the box.
I'm
like we
probably
thought.
going to buy 2 of them.
I've said it before. I just need to give GW direct access to my checking account.
Yep.
You know, it's where it's going anyway.
But yeah,
Send me one of those boxes. I will eat ramen for 3 weeks. Don't
the
worry about it.
spell box is what, $85? I think
85,
is it?
same price as a start collecting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. I mean, you get 13 spells, which I think it's like 20 models altogether.
Yeah.
because some of them are 2-parters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and those models are super cool.
But you get all of them.
You get all of them.
Except for the Dale Wind Vortex.
Well, and that's the nice thing. You get all of them. It's not like some of the times in the past where you get like one, or you might get 2,
Yeah.
and then you'd have to buy another kit.
I think it'd be
get
really.
the others.
I really do wish that they would sell them individually.
I'm sure they will.
Maybe eventually. You think?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
so that you can
so it's a little more.
buy
Well,
multiples of the same one if you wanted to.
well,
Yeah.
either so you could buy multiples if you wanted to. I don't think you could cast. Well, I guess technically you could cast multiples if you paid for them because they're going to have a points cost associated with them.
Yeah.
And matched, but I think no. I mean, I'm just saying. So you know, if you find out these are the 3 that make sense with my army and that I would use quite often, I would be willing to pay for. You don't have to buy the whole box, and maybe you know individually they're $15 a piece or something,
Yeah.
to where they would be more. It would be a better value to buy the big box, but if you didn't need them and you can only spend $30 to get
Yeah, I
the
mean,
two you wanted.
get
I'm
the
sure
ones
they're
you
not
want.
going to be entirely worth it on their own.
Right.
The way that some of the other start collectings, yeah, $60 for one of these models or $85 for the entire box.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's the thing. Like Sylvanas start collecting. You know, you get a unit of dryads for free.
Yeah.
Actually, you get a unit of dryads for $1.
Yeah. Yep, but anything else, guys? Anything for wrap up?
No,
Nope.
just look forward to some in progress spray paint pictures. I'll be putting those up.
Yeah, well, please do.
To make everybody cringe.
No, I already know how I'm going to help Seth with his spray painting. The model's going to look cool.
Well, you know what we're going to need to do for one show coming up pretty quick is get Wyatt here again for the recording. Of course, get Seth here and have one of our talk while we paint shows and let you give them some painting tips. Because Wyatt even already mentioned that,
I'd be down with
that
that.
he wants to get in on a West Painting 101.
Oh yeah, a Master West Master Painting class.
There's
Yeah.
no trick to it. It's just all.
There's tons of tricks. I've seen what you
Actually, I
do.
take that back. It's all tricks. They're all easy to learn though.
Oh, dude, before we get off, I do have to give a shout out to a guy, I can't remember his name, on Facebook for putting that terrible spider thing.
Oh, yes.
That was hilarious.
That was fabulous.
That was funny.
I went and looked at it and laughed and laughed and laughed.
I laughed too. If it had been an actual spider, I would have said other words. But thank you for that. It was great.
Yep, that was pretty good.
So now somebody's gotta
again.
put up real
Somebody
spiders.
needs to post a real spider
Nope.
on our Facebook page. And as long as we're talking about that, you can find us on Facebook. Just go to Facebook. You can do a search for Age of the Hammer. You'll find our page. We are on Twitter at Age of the Hammer. And send us email, ageofthehammer@gmail.com. Any last comments, guys?
Well, that's it.
All right, listeners, we will talk to you next week. And until then, keep rolling dice.
The SGWA would like to thank you for listening. We would also like to mention our theme music, the classic O Fortuna, as recorded by the MIT Concert Choir and used under common license. The Age of the Hammer is upon us.